Now, what are the ways in which God will put in place in order to bring people to Him and away from His burning anger? How does God draw people to Himself? We heard last week from chapter 1 that the Lord has named the 3 children of Hosea and Gomer in accordance. It's like a message. Not my people. I will not love them anymore. So how does God try to bring back His own fēfē Otua ke fakafoki hono kakai kiate? So these are 6 things that then, just from the first 13 verses, on how the Lord brings His people back to Him, or try to draw them to Himself. Because unless the Father draws you to Jesus, me to Jesus, we will never be able to find Jesus. We will seek Him in vain. Because He could push us, He could cover us, He could hide Himself. We would never be able to find Him. These are the mercies of God to His people Israel, trying to bring them back to Him. Number 1, it's there in verses 1 and 2. The Lord speaks through those who remain faithful to rebuke the unfaithful. Do you see that in verses 1? I think the prophet is addressing the faithful people in Judah. Remember, there were 2 kingdoms at this point in time: northern kingdom of Israel, southern kingdom of Judah. Hosea is speaking to Israel, warning them that the Assyrians are just about to destroy them because of their unfaithfulness. And I think at this point, verses 1, he says, say of your brothers. So who is supposed to be speaking and saying to the Israelites, the northern kingdom, brothers? It's only Judah. So Judah at this point is still faithful to the Lord. It'll be another 150 years before the Lord destroyed Judah. But the point is this: when the church of God is unfaithful, the Lord speaks to the brothers who remain faithful to rebuke the unfaithful. Do you see the point? Now, I know that this is something very difficult today. Sometimes when I speak to the unfaithfulness, the apostasy of the church, Uniting Church, or the Wesleyan Church, or whatever church, I know some people don't really like it. They always say, oh, he's speaking around here, he goes again. No, it's part of us people who are speaking the truth. And as I reveal it, it seems to me that this is the justification. The Lord is saying to the brothers in Judah, say to your brothers, my people. Say to your sisters in Israel, because there's still some faithful people there, under Israel, the unfaithful mother, my loved one, rebuke your mother, rebuke her, for she's not my wife, I'm not her husband. Let her remove the adulterous look from her face, and the unfaithfulness from between her breasts. Koe uhinga e taulea ke fakafoki e kakai ki he mooni e wholofola ai Otua. Koe me o tala koe he Otua ki siuta. Mo rea ko mo nakapoua ko ke itoe e brantis lehi. Ko mo tolu koe hou kakai ki mo tolu. Ko mo tolu ko o feinga. Mo rea ki o mo whae ki isi lehi. Tuku e whe awaki. Hua. Number 2, God strips His people of His mercy. He removes His love, His mercy. You see that in verses 3 and 4, but especially verse 4. I will not show my love to her children because they are the children of adultery. So when God tries to bring his people to him, he has to do that. He has to show his people, look, this is what you deserve. You don't deserve to be loved anymore. You don't deserve to be shown mercy anymore. And he says in verse 3, I will strip her naked, make her as bare as on the day she was born. In other words, all her beauty will be removed. All her coverings, the things that makes her look good to all her lovers, will be removed. I will make her like a desert, turn her into a parched land, slay her with thirst. Do you see that? He will make them unproductive, like a dry land. Nothing will live there. He will kill them with the emptiness of their own religion. He will kill them. You know, emptiness in religion, it's when we just do the outward things. We're so good. And Israel was like that. See, look at verse 11. Here, this is what they were doing. They haven't left the Lord. I will stop all her celebrations, her yearly festivals, her new moons, her Sabbath days, all her appointed festivals. Do you hear that? They were still doing it. They were still meeting on Sunday by Sunday to run church. Every new moon, they would run the festival of the trumpets, blow the trumpets to give thanks, reminding them of how God had saved them, redeemed them from Egypt. They were still very religious on the outside. And the Lord is saying, I'm going to remove all this. I'm going to remove it and make them empty. Make them, to show them that their religion of just being outwardly religious with no change in their heart, that's an empty religion. It will kill them. At the end of verse 5, he said, it is because, verse 11, verse 13, I mean, she forgot the Lord. You see that? She forgot the Lord. And Psalm 50 tells us that, listen, let me read that to you. Psalm 50. But to the wicked, now this wicked person is not a person who's out there. This is a religious person, okay? God says, what right have you to recite my laws or take my covenant on your lips? You hate my instruction and cast my words behind you. When you see a thief, you join with him. You throw in your lot with the adulteress. Do you hear that? So they come to church and they're religious. They cry, they pray. But when they go out there and they meet the adulteress, the liars, the unchristian, non-Christian, they just friends with them. They don't say to them, I think they're so afraid to say to them, look, you better stop lying. You better stop your adultery. You better stop your wickedness because the Lord is angry with you. What are kakai pe? Kumea to fai te hanga tok ene ofa. Miha no kakai. Tok ene mesi. Poko ke uhinga ene tok ene mesi, koe uhi ka tau mate he tau lotu atu pe funge esi mea. E tau whai whakatuasino pe lotu e o wau kato pe, he koe mena nau whai koe wase vesi tataha. Nau kei whai pe na toi lotu. Ana doa e tope ne ofa. Ka tuke nau mate. Hau e hae mo whasio mo veki e mai. Sias koe nau tau whakawesi a nā. Korato, e wike nau tano e puku e ua e sias whakao mo ku peheka te au. Ka pau awarisi e wika tō pepe putu e ua, o se tau nia po o se kakai mate. Como se ke? Your dad, mate. Mate pe i ngesi mea. Aia, te whaangi no hao mai mo ui. Tu ka pēr tanu nau tō. Hau whai ko Maria ui te nau mai kau. Te hana whai no hino nau tō ke mo ui ko ia kalaisi. Hono tolu. The third way in which the Lord tries to bring his people to him is that he sometimes reveals to us our unfaithful thinking. You know, we cannot pretend before God. We cannot just come to church every Sunday in, and we cannot just pray every night. We cannot just run the classic aho pretending. Sometimes the Lord tells you that what you're doing is evil. When you're just pretending, just doing the things on the outside with nothing in your heart. You see that in verse 5. You see the idea that this is the mindset of the unfaithful. I will go after my lovers who give me my food, my water, my wool, my linen, my olive oil, and my drink. Do you hear that? Whoever gives me food, whoever gives me money, I will forsake everything and go after them. They will be my lover. If my job is giving me that, I will forsake everything else. Even Sunday, I will go after them. Do you see that? See, sometimes the Lord tells you that what you're doing is not good. You're pretending, you're not loving the Lord. You're just coming to church, but your real love is out there in your job. You're out there in people praising you. It's out there in your status. Tani lahi tau whapehe. Rangai o tau whakailo mana te tau tolu. Aku kowe whakangari-ngari. Nega talatu mena talanga nau tolu e vesti ma. Aku ne ilo e Otua e nau pehe o te tūri au ke kakai kong nau mai me akai mo e vai mo. Tēnā ko whakawau ma ko mahu si kai nau mai me akai mo me gata. Ma te anga tau nofo ko he sias ko siri ana. O hange pea ka pai tau tau ha wataki api whai whekau ma mea ki ai. Ku pone e mo e whai whekau. Moi ka ngai ka ko ia. Te ulau I kowi e peka o ko e kau e alpeka mea ko e angi mea ne mea kai. He koi mea ia kau whai whekau whai. Hana e o tua whaka ilo mai ke te tau tolu. Koi nge esi mea ia. O whimahe o tua eke o te tau ofa tau tolu ke. Mahalo peno mai mea kai. Pa heke maha mea kai e. O ku sai pe whawhanga pe ke tau tolu e eiki. Wha. Sometimes He prevents us from fulfilling our sinful desires. Do you know that? The Lord even can prevent you from sinning. As I was reading through this, I think that this is something we should pray for our children, for our young people about. We should pray that the Lord just stop them. See what He says in verses 6 and 7. Therefore, I will block her path with thorn bushes. I will wall her in so that she cannot find her way. She will chase after her lovers but not catch them. She will look for them but not find them. And she will say, I will go back to my husband as at first, for then I was better off than now. Isn't it great to have a God who can stop people from receiving what their sinful desires are taking them after? He will wall people in. He just prevent you from enjoying drinking. He will just prevent you from being sexually involved, being adulterous. He will just prevent you from deceiving your workers. He will just stop you from doing that. The Lord is able to do that in order to bring you back to Him. Do you see that? So at the end she would say, oh, maybe I can go back to my husband because I was better off when I was with him. Do you remember Jesus saying in the Lord's Prayer, deliver us from evil. Deliver us from evil. Because He's able to deliver us from evil. You see, when in your mind you want to do evil, the Lord usually helps you to see that that is evil. But we just run in because we're just wicked people. It's natural to me to run in and do evil in the face of God. So, oplawa yo ba kin ta ofi da to me faya na ha mo to ko api mere ki go na ni ave e mari ko e parhane pe ta ni o to ka fakafoki mari siana tana mere ki ki wala ke tana to yo ko no ta ofi ko e oplawa he to wa kin ta ofi ki ta to me faya na hala ko le ya mo to ke feinga mea e kau ki ta. Tohon mai ke anga whakau, hongo nima, hongo ma. Kore te o tapu, to tongi tau kau, to kakai koe tau whanau, to tau whaianga hala anga tau. He ko ave e tau bia e te iko si suka isi. Number 4, God will stop giving people what they want. Now, think about this. Do you know every time you want something and you get it, it's because the Lord is giving it to you. I was just shocked to read this in verses 8 and 9. Listen to this. She has not acknowledged that I was the one who gave her the grain, the new wine and oil, who lavished on her silver and gold, which they used for Baal. Do you see that? Shocking to me, isn't it? Usually we don't normally think that anybody who's going after an idol is provided for by God so that they continue to worship that Baal, the idol. We usually say to ourselves, no, God is not providing anything for the sinners. No, but this is shocking stuff, isn't it? That the Lord in His anger can give you what you desire so that you can continue on sinning against Him and eventually be destroyed. But He's saying to him, I'm going to stop them. I'm going to stop giving them what they want, because they have not acknowledged I'm the one who is enabling them to serve the idols that they're serving. Koe tāwha tō ngai koe ngai le lei ko ke mao, ngai mea ko ke whia mao pa ke mao. Koe uhinga ho mao koe atu e Otua. Tau mepe koe hao ke anga hala, sa koe mewena nau whai, ange Otua e siriwa mo koula mo ui te, mo waine, o nau tolu, o tauhi akia ki Otua mate. O kulawa e Otua ke atu e mea le lei koto. Te mea tō mo koto e anga hala koe ange Otua mea. Koe taha e hōhau ai Otua ke anga hala, koe ange ki ai ai le lei kotoa pe, ke au hina ai pe ia o tō ki malakainu, pia fie ai pe ia, ka whi aua fie ai pe ia, koe ne ange u mea koe ke anga hala, ke a siria ne whai anga hala. Otua, e wai kene whakahala ia e ia, ka ke iru, hōhau ai Otua, koe kene toi hanga ia o whiiko, koe kene taofi ia koe me he kovi koe, ke whakakaukau ke ke whai. Ko ka mo bea ki e whongo mau koroa, e ne whoki ki e Otua. Hanga e Otua toa mea kotoa pe. Pea ani kei ki ni manatui ape ni tamai. Kasi, the Lord is in total control of sinfulness as well as repentance. Now this is a comfort for me because, sometimes I get disappointed when I see sinfulness in my own life, and I see it in my wife, and I see it in my sons, and I see it in the church. I get disappointed when I see sinfulness. I read this. You see from verses 1 to 13, it continues on. I will, I will, I will, I will, I will. That's what the Lord is saying. I will wall her in. I will prevent her from getting anything good. I will punish her so that she would turn back to me and remember me, her husband. The Lord is totally sovereign in bringing people to Him or sending them away from Him. Tūtungi tau whiwhia. Mea ki tau whurunga, me kakai na mga toa e tuan, tau whaamki nau nofu mai, au nau tau whia. Wala e mea koe ni pau irai, tā wāu niwe o tuai kakai alu, kakai nofu. Kaya tai ke pēko te ke alu, ilo pēko e wāu niwe o tuahe mea ko toa pe. Ka ilo ka mune whalotahi au ki ai, whiwhia ku ilo ko peiki koe wāu niwe mea ko toa pe. Ko ike u whai malanga, whai ho klasi aho, a ko e wholofola ki whānau e rotu a whāmiri, a ko e iufu. Koe ui wāu niwe o tuaia, ihe nau alu e nau nofo mai. Na mai si isu, ma whai ko tau pei māmani ko omi ke te au, mati o heua palu. I langi, i loro whanua, i māmani, ko omi e tamai ma whai ko tau pei, ke te au, ke hā. Ke mō wō o ngahi ka kai ko tau pei,